Bhatia, please. Lieutenant General Vinod Bhatia, last 5 years, more than 3/4 of the transgressions have happened in the Ladakh region. 2019, 2020, they have actually upped, and most number of transgressions by the Chinese has happened in this region, and especially after the abrogation of Article 370. How would you see what is happening right now? Will you relate it with the embarrassment they have faced at WHO, and this is perhaps a retaliation, or is there much more to it than meets the eye? Because this Galwan Valley has been a flashpoint even in 1962, and ever since, every year something or the other happens here.
Yeah, Anand, you're right, and you're right on the right stand. You see, this is traditional areas where sensitive areas where face-offs and standoffs have taken place over the years. Even 2013 was in the similar area in Depsang. Then Pangong So again, we have had a number of face-offs year on year. So this has been happening at the tactical level, but there are mixed signals this time. We cannot just take it at a tactical level and the operational level because this has happened simultaneously. The transgression incursions will increase in frequency, scope, duration, intensity because the infrastructure has come up on the Indian side. Build-up has taken place on the Indian side. We are much better off militarily and tactically what we were, say, a few years ago also. Even in the particular sector of Galwan, the road Darbuk Shyok DBO has been operationalized only last year. So this thing was actually expected to happen. And now compare this with the signals at the other end also. Now, Nakula is the first ever, but Nakula also the road to Muguthang is there. Pangong So has always been the traditional area where face-offs have taken place. So what does India do? India has a very right stand in that. Indian stance has been no blinking, no brinkmanship. I would like just put it out plainly out there. No blinking, no brinkmanship, and it's a very mature stance. There are 5 treaties. We have always ensured that we follow the treaties. So the PLA also. And whenever there are transgressions which are deeper inside, we have to understand what is the line of actual control. It's a line of perceptions actually. There's no common understanding. We have our own perception line of actual control. China has its own perception line of actual control. And the major differences which are there are in Eastern Ladakh, in the Western sector. So obviously the transgressions will be more out there, and our infrastructure also is much better out here. So we will find that the number of transgressions will increase year on year. But the only good part is that we have been able to resolve it and let it, like I keep saying, the last shot in anger was fired in October 1975, and both border guarding forces have maintained a fragile peace. It is fragile in many ways, but peace and tranquility has prevailed based on the agreements which are there, which have stood the test of time. They established mechanisms like the flag meetings in various places, and we have increased the border personnel meeting points. There were 5 earlier. Now we've got one in DPO also. Earlier we had to come down to Spangur Gap and then meet out there. And also at the diplomatic level, we have the WMCC. Then we have keep talking to each other. So I think overall it's a very mature way of doing things. But what is we want from China? In the security domain, I'm talking about the diplomatic domain. We are looking at. We are not looking at war at all. We have no territorial this thing. Though China claims 100,000 square kilometers plus of our territory, but war prevention is a must. Deterrence of aggressiveness. Now, I say that with the deterrence of aggressiveness, we don't have aggressiveness on our borders, and we have to maintain peace. And that is what we have done and we're aiming to do. We have built up in a proportional, equitable manner. Whatever the built up from the Chinese side has been there, our built up is proportional, equitable. So China knows, even Doklam, 73 days of standoff. Before that, Chumar in 2014, Tips in 2013. So we have stood our ground firm. And China understands that. But why is China doing that? Like you rightly said, they have increased after 5th of August, abrogation of the Article 370. We have released a new map in October end, which of course, nothing new. These are all our areas, and we've been seeing that. But, the CPEC, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is central to the China dream of Border Road Initiative, One Belt, One Road, passes through Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. So this could be one of the strategic signaling out to us that look, this is our interest. So if they put pressure onto the western sector, that is Eastern Ladakh, obviously our attention gets diverted out there. China is good at signaling. It is not only in Western Ladakh, it's in South China Sea also. It's happening East Sea. Look at Taiwan, look at Hong Kong. So they have internal dynamics. So we should look at it in a very mature way. India has stood its ground very firm, whether it is Nakula, Pangong So, or at the ongoing this thing. And the statements now which are coming out.
Janasab, let me quickly ask you. Sorry, sir.
If you look at China,
sir, sorry to interrupt you. I just want to understand. What. Janasab, sorry to interrupt you. I just want to understand from you. This Pangong So Lake is 2/3 in Chinese control, 1/3 is ours. Now, this time we are given to understand why did the skirmish happen? Because it was far more escalated than it was reported. Why have 6 meetings failed? And even though China has toned down the rhetoric, we are given to understand it is still eyeball to eyeball on ground. So, what does that imply? And will they go back to their original position? Or will it be that they've moved in 4 kilometers into our territory, which we perceive as ours, 3 kilometers, and will they still stay there? What's going to happen? Because Doklam, we are given to understand they went back. Here, what will happen? May I ask you that?
Yeah, you see, the Pangong So North Bank has got 8 fingers, finger 1 to finger 8. They have a road out there. We have a road out there. These are actually contested areas. We also patrol the area. They also patrol the area. When the two patrols meet at the same point of time, sometimes these are tempers are high, temperatures are low. A little bit of jostling takes place. Jostling is the lowest end of what we say, the lowest end of confrontation. But we should also say that there are a lot of times which never get reported. When we sit down together, we break bread, we smoke the peace pipe. So that also is there. Now, if you look at Pangong So itself, 2/3 is China, 1/3 is us. But that's our understanding. But there are certain areas which is the grey zone. And all these transgressions, incursions happen in the grey zone. And like I said, our road has come up now, so there will be more and more transgressions in Pangong So. So this is a given.
Right. So you're saying it's a given, but will they go back? Will they? What is the agreement right now? Will they go back to where they were before the transgression happened around the 5th of May? Or will they remain where they are now, where they claim to have moved in at least 3 to 4 kilometers into our territory? That was my question, General Saab.
I should have answered that first. Whenever we have these negotiations, whether the flag meetings or thereafter at the diplomatic level, the stance is to ensure status quo ante. That means they will go back to the 5th of May positions. They will go back to what has been happening earlier, and there will be no permanent camps out there. But that does not mean they will not do patrolling out. You see, patrolling does continue in this grey zone, and but status quo ante is the ultimate, and that is what's happening, and that will happen. They will go back from there, and till they don't go back, we have the what we call. The banner drills are there. We face to face, eyeball to eyeball with each other. But the eyeball to eyeball is not like the LC. This is different. The LC is totally different. The LAC is totally different. LAC is the grey zone. LC is defined, and still we have a lot of firing take place out there. But out here, we have a banner drill 1 and 2 or whatever we have, and we will stand firm out there. Whether it is days, whether weeks, whether months, we will stand firm. They will stand firm, and negotiations will take place. And I'm sure we will continue to maintain peace and tranquility. Equilibrium will come back, and status quo ante will be restored.